Tokyo Olympics end on 8th of August 2021, but on 8th of August 2008, the Beijing Olympics started, and that was also the first time when I got access to the internet on Nokia N73M. Thanks for everything, I love you and I miss you. 10,942 athletes participated in the Beijing Olympics of 2008 across 302 events from 204 nations in 28 sports. It is said to have cost China over $40 billion. Now Tokyo reused some of its old Olympic venues for this Tokyo 2021 Olympics, yet it is said to have cost Japan over $15 billion. But why do we conduct such highly expensive sports events? I mean, it's not as talked about as football or cricket, right? Any random kid on street can name a dozen footballers, a dozen cricketers. Can a random kid on street name 10 Olympians from different fields, let alone the same field? Who even watches these sports? And most importantly, why does this even matter? A cook named Corobius participated in a running competition in 776 BC and became the first recorded Olympic winner. Now these events were held every 4 years to a few hundred attendants, and that's it. No complex marketing and advertising or anything. But most importantly, the wars were stopped for these events. And since the wars were stopped for these events and the events were getting popularity in the local communities and tribes, running was not enough. Soon javelin throw and disc throw and wrestling and jumping were soon included into these Olympic events. And this went on for 1,000 years or so, until the Roman Emperor Theodosius I wakes up to realize that these events are a bit anti-religious, and he decides to stop them. So that's it. Is that why we honor the Olympic Games? Probably not. Why should somebody in Africa even care about honoring something ancient Greek? Probably they shouldn't. To understand what makes Olympics Olympics, we need to start with National Anthem is defined in Cambridge Dictionary as a country's official song, which is sung and or played on public occasions. Now almost all the countries on earth have a national anthem, but I don't know if you notice this, but almost all the national anthems on earth follow the same model. Almost all of them are orchestral pieces of a few minutes in length. Almost all of them sound like something composed by an 18th century European composer. Even the lyrics of the national anthems of almost all the countries on earth are almost the same. If you take national anthem of one country and compare it to the lyrics of national anthem of another country, you wouldn't find too many differences. What about the national flag then? Well, national flags also follow the same consistency. All the national flags on earth, almost all except Nepal, are the rectangular piece of cloth which follow the same limited repertoire of colors with geometrical shapes and stripes. The Indonesian flag consists of a red stripe above a white stripe, and a Polish flag displays the white stripe above a red stripe. A colorblind person could hardly tell the difference between the flags of Belgium, Chad, Ivory Coast, France, Guinea, Ireland, Italy, Mali, and Romania. All of them consist of 3 vertical stripes of various colors. Time for a little thought experiment. Can you imagine Olympics being held not in 21st century but in 11th century? Imagine Tokyo Olympics being held not in 2021 but in 1021. See, first of all, Japan was that introverted kid in the class who wouldn't interact with other kids much. Therefore, Japan wouldn't engage in any kind of international matter, let alone a world-class sporting event. Forget the logistical problems of bringing all the athletes around the world to Tokyo in the absence of airplanes. Forget that hardly any sport was popular all throughout the world. Even if humans could run, how could you get all the humans to agree upon the same ground rules of a running competition? 1,000 years ago, the Chinese Song Empire recognized no other political entity on earth as its equal. Even in its wildest imagination, it wouldn't let its Olympic delegation be treated as the same as the Olympic delegation of, let's say, Korean Kingdom. The Caliph of Baghdad was no different, another leader claiming the world domination. And would all the Sunnis be the part of the single caliphate delegation, or would they be separated into dozens of different delegations of all the different emirates and sultanates of the Sunni Muslim world? 1,000 years ago, you could not know in advance which Olympic delegations would show up, because you could not know for sure which political entities would still exist the next year. All these political entities were so volatile that they appeared and disappeared within the matter of years. And needless to say, vast majority of these political entities had no flag to hoist or national anthem to sing. Of course, political symbols were of great importance, but the language and structure of Asian politics was vastly different from the language and structure of European politics. Inspired by the ancient Greek notion of the balanced development of mind and body, the young French nobleman Pierre de Coubertin felt that he could start an educational program. With 14 nations and 241 athletes, the modern form of Olympics started to take shape in 1896, and the numbers only went up because the Olympic Committee since then has put countless hours in discussing the politics of the events. Therefore today, it is no longer about how we differ in terms of our skin and of our races, of our national flags and our national anthems, of our political ideologies and our methods of governance, of our religion and our methods for preparations for the games. It is about how we all decide and agree upon to start the race at the same starting line. All equal, no reservations, no biases, all nations coming together and agreeing upon something. So the next time you watch an Olympic event on the TV and you see the motley flags spread all across your screen, just take a moment to appreciate and understand that this is what probably 7.8 billion hearts beating in harmony probably looks like. And oh, by the way, according to Wikipedia's list of most watched television broadcasts, out of top 5 broadcasts, 4 belong to the Olympic Games. You all know our Harari's 2018 book, 21 Lessons for 21st Century, inspired me to make this video. And in the book, he quotes beautifully, "So when you watch the Tokyo Games in 2020, remember that this seeming competition between nations actually represents an astonishing global agreement. For all the national pride people feel when their delegation wins a gold and their flag is raised, there is a far greater reason to feel pride that humankind is even capable of organizing such an event. As we grow together, we shall see how stupid we are and how serious we are as humans, how biased we are and how rational we are as humans." I'm just glad that my journey into the wild world of internet started with Beijing Olympic banners all over the web pages. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos on this channel as well.